Hello, Living Ichigo here, and I'm here to talk about my thoughts on E3. So, my thoughts on Microsoft. I'll tell you, I'm not too impressed from what I've seen. So, Smart Glass. I'm not sure if you heard of it. Sounds like they're kind of saw what Nintendo Wii U did with their tablet controller. From what I've seen of it, I'm still kind of tiny bit confused for what it does. But from what I've seen, it looks like it enhances your Xbox experience. You know, kind of like if you're watching Game of Thrones, it will give you like, you look at the tablet and it'll like give you the location of like where it's taking place. Now, from what I'm seeing, it's not going to be like its own tablet. You can use probably your smartphone or your iPad or even the Windows version that's coming out this year. From what I've seen, it looks like a okay idea, but I'm not really too excited about it. Usually when I play Xbox, it's all about the games. So let's talk about some of the games we've seen at the Microsoft press conference. We saw Gears of War Judgment. I was expecting to hear that, so it's kind of cool to see that. Halo 4, to me, I was impressed with. I don't know about you. I talked to a few friends, they weren't that impressed. I actually like it. So apparently Microsoft hired Usher to do a live performance on stage for Dance Central 3. And all I could do was just facepalm. Do they really need to hire Usher? Also, the other games I remember from Microsoft would be Splinter Cell. Looks pretty cool. And Tomb Raider. Come on, Tomb Raider. PlayStation 1, but it's going to be on Xbox. So, yeah. But other than that, that's it. That's all that stuck out for me from Microsoft. Next press conference that E3 had was EA. I like when they have the game developers have their own press conference because it's all about the games. EA announced Dead Space 3, which I was waiting for that for a while, and I'm just glad to see it there. And they have co-op play. It's on like a new Frozen Planet character. If you play co-op, his name is John Carfer. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. Also, EA was showing a ton of their Battlefield 3 of the premium service. And it's just like a whole bunch of stuff's coming to Battlefield 3. So if you're a huge Battlefield fan, which I like Battlefield 3 a lot, it's a ton of content coming. So yeah, that game's looking really cool still. And they also announced the new Need for Speed game. And what's sick about that is they got the people that worked on Burnout working on that game with them. So it's like Need for Speed and Burnout. So that's fused now. SimCity. And yes, I played that when I was a freaking kid, little, and on a shitty computer. And like, you know, where you can have the tornadoes and earthquakes and the big spider reaper looking monster blowing up your town. Yeah. Next up, after it was Ubisoft at E3, and they announced some interesting games. One I really want to talk about soon. First of all, they are talking about Far Cry 3. Also, Ubisoft is going to be talking about Assassin's Creed 3. Now the game I really want to talk about that completely freaking surprised me. They're actually been working on the secret project that I'm going to talk about now called Watch Dogs. And essentially it looks like GTA, but with like Assassin's Creed like mechanic. The movement is really fluid, and you know, I was just watching it look like a movie. Like really, like I know some people don't care. Like I hate the story of games. You know, the reason why Mass Effect the series a lot, it really felt like a sci-fi movie I was watching. And watching Watch Dogs really made me like feel like I'm watching a movie with certain scenes. And here's the one thing that tripped me out about it. Apparently, they didn't really give too much detail about the game. They just threw you in and just like they're just showing gameplay, straight up gameplay. But so you're some guy who has like some crazy powers with like his cell phone, where he can just like either like take control, like hack people's phones, hear what people are talking about. If you're walking by somebody, you can see if they've been in jail, what crimes they committed, if they have like an STD, or like what type of person age they are. That's just walking around towards people. And then, you know, you can mess up with like street lights and cause accidents. But I mean, that's gonna play into the gameplay because I mean, like, if you're doing certain missions, you gotta, like, stop somebody from driving, and, like, oh my god, the fighting system in that just really looks good. Look up Watch Dogs. Just take my advice, type E3 Watch Dogs, gameplay on YouTube, and just watch the video. I'll put a link on it, in the description below. Just watch it, because that was the winner of E3 to me. That game alone.
Yeah.
What the hell are they showing this again? No, it's dumb. Like, look, okay, just completely ruin a really fucking good ice cream. Up next, they had Sony at the E3 press conference, and what stood out to Sony for me would be some of the games they announced. And let's see, the first game, Quantum Dream, the makers of Heavy Rain. Now I need to look into that one more, but the makers of Heavy Rain, they made a pretty good game. Also, Sony was talking about some of the Vita games, and I guess they're making they have a Black Ops game coming for the PlayStation Vita. So if you're a Black Ops fan, you'll like that. And also, there's another Assassin's Creed game coming for the Vita. Actually, if you're a big Assassin's Creed fan, you're gonna like this. Only for the Vita. It's called Assassin's Creed Liberations. Yeah, Liberations. And you play as a female. You play as a woman in this game, a woman assassin. Never have done that before. Pretty interesting. Looks good. But what stood out to me, also The Last of Us. When they first unveiled that trailer, it looks really freaking good. But I mean, the more and more I see it, the more and more I want to see actual gameplay. God of War Ascension. I freaking love God of War because I'm Greek and Greek Spartan. I think the $80 version, which would be the premium version, you get like a Kratos statue with it, and you'll get like free DLC as it comes out. So it's pretty much you pay $80, you get, and it's pretty much $80 would be like for DLC, because how Call of Duty does, you pay $15 for a map pack every time. They do it 3 times a year. All Stars. So I know some of you are gonna be saying it's a rip-off of Smash Brothers. Well, I mean, I can't really argue that, but then again, it's not like Nintendo owns the right to that type of genre.
Yeah.
Really? You had to put an age to watch this video. Apparently this video is so graphically disturbing. Lastly, we're going to talk about Nintendo, since we talked about that last. They also are like showcasing like their tablet controller. From what I've seen, what it can do, it's actually a really cool idea, because the number one thing I don't like about the iPad is there's no buttons. I mean, everything's touchscreen. And the games they announced for it, some good, some meh. Like, I won't even talk about Nintendo Land. That looks really stupid. I can't believe they sat there for 20 minutes talking about Nintendo Land when they could have been talking about more about the 3DS and this cool games coming out for that. Because they finally announced they're talking more about Paper Mario for the 3DS. So finally, I've been waiting for that game all year. Finally, the third-party game studios are making games for the Wii U, because the Wii was such garbage. Other than that, the only thing I'm looking forward to is going to be those Mario games on that. So let's hear what you guys thought about E3 in the comment sections below. And don't forget to like, fave, and subscribe to my channel. It actually helps out. So I really appreciate it. And make sure you check back for future videos. Thank you. Zelda music. No! Why would you do that to a Klondike bar?